I present to you my top 5 architectural visualization studios in Serbia. Let's jump right in. Number 5. Sky CG Studio. Sky CG Studio is the kind of portfolio you stop scrolling for, and the reason is range with control. On one side, ultra-clean interiors with soft daylight, minimalist styling, and that high-end brochure precision. Smooth materials, perfect joinery, subtle reflections, and lighting that reads as natural rather than overworked. The kind of images that make a space feel like it's already sold. On the other side, bold, cinematic concepts like their underwater lounge scene, where atmosphere does the heavy lifting. They can go dramatic when the story calls for it, but they never lose realism in materials or scale. The confidence to go big while staying grounded is harder to pull off than it looks. Exteriors are equally assured. Forest houses under moody skies, glossy urban towers, aerials, street-level hero shots. Everything is composed like a photograph. Strong framing, believable context, and just enough life to sell the space without turning it into a crowd scene. If you're a developer, architect, or brand looking for visuals that feel premium and genuinely market-ready, Sky CG Studio deserves a place on your radar. Number 4. DARKROOM. DARKROOM was founded in 2016, grew into a 20-person team, and now delivers stills, animation, and VR for clients across America, Europe, and Oceania. But the numbers aren't what make them interesting. The work is. What hits first is their control of mood. They are not afraid of rain, haze, or deep blue hour scenes, and they use wet surfaces, soft fog, and glowing interiors to make architecture feel inhabited rather than CG clean. There's a warmth to even their moodiest work that keeps it feeling real. At the same time, the portfolio has genuine range, crisp daytime urban shots, polished aerials, and calm minimal compositions where a building sits quietly in landscape. The tonal breadth is there without any loss of consistency. What I keep coming back to is the realism in materials and atmosphere. Glass reads like glass. Vegetation feels naturally imperfect, and lighting always serves a clear story, whether it's a city tower at night or a quiet house in winter. If you want visuals that feel cinematic without sacrificing architectural clarity, DARKROOM is a studio to watch. Number 3. Edit. Edit has a very specific signature: calm, architectural, and almost unsettlingly believable. A lot of ArchViz is trying to impress with more drama, more contrast, more effect. Edit does the opposite. They win with restraint, soft daylight, realistic skies, and compositions that feel like actual photography rather than a render working too hard to convince you. What you notice quickly is how often they let the architecture breathe. Clean perspectives, disciplined framing, and scale communicated through people, planting, and street life. Not exaggeration. Their residential courtyard scenes feel lived in without getting noisy, and the materials carry a quiet confidence. The atmosphere work is strong too. Warm interiors spilling into cooler exteriors, dusk shots that feel genuinely cinematic, and shadows that describe form instead of just decorating the image. The thing I keep coming back to is that these images feel designed, not just rendered. Every detail is doing something. If you're into modern Scandinavian-leaning realism with serious art direction behind it, Edit absolutely belongs on your shortlist. Number 2. RAUM 228. RAUM 228's portfolio feels like a masterclass in quiet luxury ArchViz. And the first thing you notice is the range. Crisp, sunlit modern villas, alpine chalet scenes in fresh snow, dense urban towers at blue hour with wet streets, and subtle motion blur. The variety is real, but every image shares the same DNA. Clean composition, confident material work, and lighting that always feels considered, never accidental. They're especially strong at atmosphere. One moment, you're in a foggy landscape with a low linear building glowing softly from inside. The next, you're deep in a moody forest scene where a small cabin sits among ferns and warm interior light pulls you in. Interiors keep that same restraint: textured stone, warm wood, terrazzo, bronze accents, and generous natural light, polished, calm, and thoroughly architectural. If you want visualization that feels premium without announcing itself, RAUM 228 is one to watch closely. Number 1. Kaiserbold. If you like ArchViz that feels calm, grounded, and almost documentary, Kaiserbold is a studio you need to know. Their portfolio sits right on the edge between photography and CGI, and that's very much the point. Real-world imperfections, soft skies, natural seasonal light, winter streets, misty forests, coastal landscapes, and everyday urban moments like courtyards, public squares, and small commercial hubs. Nothing is over-amplified. Everything feels like it could be a photograph taken on a good day. What I really appreciate is the restraint. They don't over-dramatize materials or crank contrast to grab attention. Instead, they focus on composition, scale, and the small cues that make a scene feel genuinely lived in. Subtle reflections, believable planting, and people who actually support the story rather than performing for the camera. And they're not locked into one project type either. Residential, public space, interiors, even clean product-style visuals. The quality holds across all of it. Kaiserbold's strength is realism with taste. Quiet, confident, and very hard to fake. Those were my top 5 ArchViz studios in Serbia. If you want to discover more great studios around the world, follow the channel and check out ARCHVIZBASE.com, my curated database of more than 1,000 hand-picked ArchViz studios worldwide.